why I should get the MacArthur Genius Grant.
This is utterly preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
Is it, though?
This is beyond the realms of the ridiculous.
It indeed might be. All right, so here's the situation. Here at the Young Turks, we're not very rich. And so we got new chairs for the studio. So they didn't get delivered by some fancy company. Ben and I went and picked them up. We shoved them into our cars and drove them over here. And we got them from the local store.
I shoved mine into my gas-guzzling SUV.
Right.
Dude, how did I get out of that adventure?
You were out booking Nancy Pelosi. You were doing good things for the Young Turks.
You're making things happen.
Yeah, we're the grunt men here. You do the important work.
We're day laborers.
Right. So I don't have an SUV, so I shoved the chair that's already built because we didn't want to build it.
Paid $5 extra to have the good people at Staples build the chairs for us.
It's very smart.
It's because if we brought him back here, we'd make a mess of it. So we shoved the one into my car, and I didn't realize it, but it turns out I had knocked out the rear view mirror doing that.
Because we were like wedging it in a very unsophisticated fashion, in very ungenius-like fashion.
Yeah, definitely. And so my rearview mirror has wires because there's lights in it. So it got knocked out and it's dangling, and it looks so stupid, you know. And like Jesus saw me the other day. He's like, "What are you doing? This is embarrassing."
Right.
And so I know. I said the problem is I'm not gonna be able to fix it for weeks. I know. And so I go get it fixed.
There aren't a lot of mechanics open at like 2 in the morning?
No, but this thing is, it's not that it's 2 in the morning. So yeah, I go to do it in the morning, but what happens? The guy says you ought to be making breakfast. Woo, 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 woo. So no, the guy says to me, actually, these rearview mirrors are a total pain. You can't just glue it back on. You're gonna need to go to your dealer and get a new rearview mirror for a couple $100.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way that costs anything less than $200.
I was like, oh, no, the pain. I'm like, why can't I just get super glue and it's done, right? And he's like, no, it won't work. I said, yeah, sure. So I went to another place, and they're like, yeah, sure, here's some glue. You glue it on, it'll be fine. It's made for this. This is the super glue, right? I said, okay, good, I like that. $6, I'm done. I open it up, the directions are so confusing. I was like,
the glue directions.
Yeah, no, I have no prayer of getting it right. Okay?
You couldn't understand the directions to glue.
No, I'm serious. This is going to lead into the Genius Grant, yes. Okay, so I say, look, I can't do
this. You think any of those people at MacArthur who got their $500,000, you think they know how to work glue?
No, but you know what I'm saying? You got to take off the button. I don't even know what the button is. You got to sand something. You got to write something. You got to hold it. And if you open up the glue wrong, you glue your fingers together. You know, and you know I'm going to do that. I'm like, oh no, I think it right. So here's what I decided to do. I took the glue and that little package, and I drove into a Jiffy Lube.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked in and I said, "Do you guys do this type of thing?" They're like, "No, we change oil." I said, "How about here's $20 for anyone who could glue my rearview mirror?"
Mm-hmm.
And Jorge was like, "I'm on it."
Right.
Okay. And here's what happened. He started doing it, and he turns to me and he says, "You know what, man? This is a little bit more complicated than I thought." And I was like, "Yeah, see, I knew it was complicated." Anyway, and then, but eventually he figures it out, and, you know, it took him like good 20, maybe 25 minutes to do it. I'd have never done it right. I'd have put it on crooked. I would have, you know, put the glue on my ear. I would have messed it up. So, but at the end of it, he feels like, he was smiling so much. He's like, "I got $20 to glue something onto a car." And he was so happy. And me, I thought, I saved a couple $100. And I saved myself a lot of hassle, and I would have done it wrong. It's the best $20 I ever spent in my life.
Right, there's one problem with this story.
Okay.
There's one problem with this story?
It kind of makes you look like a jerk.
Why?
I don't know. The fact that you're like, you know, this guy that works at Jiffy Lube is like, $20. I haven't seen $20 in years. And meanwhile, you're like, yeah.
It's been 18 years.
Yeah, I'm shoving, you know, a couple $100 in my pocket. I can walk away a happy man that I tossed a couple, you know, pieces of change at this man who could fix my rear mirror.
I'm going to have to agree with you a little bit. The story took it. I thought you were going to say that he was satisfied that he had conquered the problem.
Right.
You know.
No, but look, unlike you guys, I'm not a limousine liberal. I'm with the working man. Okay, $20 is $20. If somebody gave me $20,
I would have given him $50.
No, and for $50, I'll buy a new rearview mirror.
It's glue.
No, look,
$50.
I'm a genius. It was the biggest win-win of all time. The guy was ecstatic. I was ecstatic. Everybody except you two walked away ecstatic.
No, I'm.
Somebody give me $500,000.